I just go ahead and splash on them.
Hello everyone, it's Kim and I hope you guys are living long, strong, healthy, and happy. If this is your first time seeing my face, welcome to Thinking Out Loud, a place where I share college tips, life journey tricks, reflections, and a place where we can literally think out loud. Now, as you guys can see, I have changed sceneries, I am on my bed this time. You guys get to see curtains, you guys get to see bed sheets. I wanted to switch it up a little bit just because I felt like the white background was so white. Duh. And I just wanted it to be a little bit more comfortable and make it seem like, we're more interacting, we're just chilling, talking. It's nothing very serious or crazy. Comment down below and tell me what you guys think about this new scenery. Do you guys like it? Do you guys prefer the white background because you guys focus on just me and what I'm talking about? Just give me your opinions, Anywho, in the beginning, it was really difficult for me to stay focused and actually get myself back into that studious mindset that I'm used to when I'm on campus, going to class. Y'all, I don't know if it's just me and my professors, but my professors, all of a sudden, they have been inspired as if they've been touched by something to assign homework, a whole lot of homework that is not even in the syllabus. You guys, I had classes that all I literally had to do was just go to the class, sit down, talk a little bit, get my A, and dip. And now, they all of a sudden feel like it's obliged to give assignments. Let me not even get started on that. Anyway, after I was ranting to myself and to my parents about how much homework I'm getting, I thought it was a good idea to share some of my tips that I have been using in order for me to stay focused during this quarantine. So anyways, guys, you know the drill. Get cozy, get your juice, get your soda, get your kombucha, get your wine, get whatever will make you feel comfortable. Because today, I basically have 4 tips that I use to stay focused during this quarantine. Okay, so now the first tip that I basically use, and I feel like maybe a lot of you guys have been doing that so far, is I organize my time. Now, in the beginning of the quarantine, I thought it was perfectly fine to just, I have it in my head. When I wake up tomorrow, I'll just get the work done, or I'll just make a quick little checklist of the things that I have to do, and then we're good, we're set, that's it. Personally, for me, that did not work at all. In fact, I just saw myself wasting away time. I just kept on pushing things. Cause I don't know about you guys, but during this quarantine, it's the days go by so freaking fast. It's you're just kind of going. I remember coming into this quarantine vividly, and we're literally in a month or so. I don't even remember. I can't even count the days anymore, to be honest. I don't know. As I said, for some people, the checklist might work, or just having it in your mind when you wake up is perfectly fine. However, for me, I personally feel like when I was writing down what I had to do, I even, I wrote it down. This is my planner. When I just write down the things that I have to do, I wake up, I do this, I do that, I do this. It gives it more of a structure, and it just allows me to calculate my time a lot more effectively. It also gives me that sense of structure that I had when I was actually in college on campus, and it's really helped me out. And when I do organize my time, I basically decide to organize it the night before, just because for me personally it helped me out a lot when at night I have it written down. Everything is just there in front of me. I know what exactly I have to do tomorrow. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm okay, I have to wake up at this time to do this, and this, rather than me waking up and then I'm writing down all the things that I have to do tomorrow. I just feel it's a lot faster and more efficient to do it at night rather than in the mornings when you're just kind of ugh, I don't really feel like doing this, but I have to do this anyway. Now, the second tip kind of goes hand in hand with the first tip, which is making sure you have a realistic plan. Meaning, when you basically put in time slots for specific things, make sure you try your best to estimate how long exactly you're going to be spending time on those things. Now, if you go a little over it or you go a little under it, don't beat yourself up for that. Personally, me, I usually go over it sometimes because I have a paper to write. Sometimes, I could just be writing, and then, oh shit, I went over the time. Just by putting in time slots and stuff like that, it gives a sort of structure and it defines it, and it makes you realize that, hey, during this time and this time I have to do this. Also, when I say realistic, add time for breaks, add time for relaxation, you know, meditation, to go and get food, to go and spend time with your family, to just breathe. What does that mean? It's basically saying that knowing yourself, well, I hope you should know yourself, especially during this time. And if you don't know yourself, go and watch my previous videos on how to get to know yourself studiously, you know, working hard, learning styles, the things that I talked about, because this helps you learn yourself. But basically, when you know yourself, you know that during a specific time, I'm gonna crash. After like 3 hours, I'm gonna crash. After 4 hours, after 2 hours, I'm gonna crash. If that's the case, put in that time slot that, hey, I'm gonna crash around this time. I should probably put a break at that time. Because the thing is, in the beginning of like this quarantine, we say we have so much stuff to do. We want to do this, and this. Meanwhile, we forget that we as people, we can't work for that long. Because like if we're constantly like, oh, I'm gonna do my math homework. After math homework, we're gonna go to English. After English, we're gonna do geography. After geography, we're gonna do history. Like, come on now. When you say that, oh, the plan didn't work, how did you expect it to work? Come on now, come on now. Add a break in there, man. Like, what really? I really feel like it's important for us to find our workspace and separate ourselves from all and any distractions. I know for a lot of us, we're not in our usual states where we have our desk or we're near the library and stuff like that. We have to work with what we got. However, I feel like when it comes to working, when it's time for you to work, make sure that you put yourself in this bubble that will allow you to study effectively. When on that time slot it says, hey, you have a paper to write, you put yourself in that place to say, hey, I'm finishing this paper at this time. I don't know if you guys can relate, but there are times where I have nothing to do on my phone. Like, it's not like I'm texting nobody. It's not like I'm doing anything. I'm just literally on my phone just scrolling whilst I have a paper to write, just because I don't feel like writing that paper, or I'm on my laptop on YouTube. So for me personally, what I do is I push that phone so far. I have a friend, when she's like, when it's time for her to study, she could be upstairs and she puts her phone downstairs just so she can keep focused. So just basically, when it's time for you to work, you push aside your parents, you push aside your significant other, you push aside your friends, YouTube, anything that's just distracting to you. Put your phone downstairs if it's really that necessary. Go inside of a room where there's nobody in there. Go to the dining table to work. Tell your parents that, hey, listen, when I'm working at this time, I don't want nobody to talk to me. Don't say it like that, because, you know, they might feel some type of way, but be like, hello, yes, please, you know. When I'm working, can you guys like not talk to me? It means like no talking to me, no none of that stuff, because I really have to stay focused. I'm getting really distracted and I really want to get a good grade. I feel like if you explain it to them like that, they'll totally understand and they'll even help you out. Guys, lemonade. Lemonade. If you do not know me, I love fucking lemonade. Now, the fourth and final tip that I use in order for myself to stay focused during the quarantine is that I constantly remind myself that this is not a vacation. Like, I know a lot of us are like, oh, you know, like, I'm at home, or I'm with friends, or like I'm in a predicament. Honestly, you gotta constantly remind yourself that if I don't do this work, I may fail my class. If I don't get this assignment in, I might lose my job. If I don't do this thing for my business, this business could fail during this very crucial time. But anyway, how I constantly remind myself that this is not a vacation is when I write down my plan, like when I write down what I have to do the next day, I sleep with my planner. Like, I sleep right here. My planner is literally like this. So my head is like, as soon as I wake up, my planner is the first thing I see. Like, I'm not even joking. Those are the things that I have to do in order to constantly remind myself, like, yo, I have to get things done. And honestly, like, for some people, this might be super like, oh my god, that's so extra. But honestly, if you really got to get your shit done, then I feel like you should do anything and everything in order for you to constantly remind yourself. You could use reminders on your phone to say like, hey, when it bleeps up, it's like, hey, you have this to do, or you can even use alarms like constantly every time, like as I said, like if you have a planner and a timer, you could say at 6 o'clock I have to write a paper for business policies, and it just flashes up in front of you because it's like, damn, I actually have to do that. Like, okay, fine. Like it constantly reminds you that you have to get your work done. You can even high-key lie about specific dates to get things done. Like, for example, let's say that your paper is due next Tuesday, and you write in your planner that your homework is due on Monday, or like it's due on Sunday, so that way you do it faster instead of constantly pushing it back and saying, oh, I'll do it later, and then next thing you know, you have a lot of assignments piled up. Or another crazy thing that I've done before when I had to study for a test or something like that is you sleep with your, this is bad for, you know, because there's UV lighting. This is just a drastic measure. If you're really not focusing, you're really not studying, you know, you've been pushing things away, you could like keep your Canvas or your Blackboard open the day before, have that assignment right there. You'll have that assignment right in front of you as soon as you wake up, like, because I have a table right there. You could just put that thing right up there as soon as you wake up. You open up your laptop, or your laptop is already open, and you just see Canvas, homework assignment due at this time, at this, like, I don't know about you guys, but if I saw that. Another way that you can constantly remind yourself that this is not a vacation is by telling your parents or telling your siblings, hey, or your significant other that, hey, I got a lot of work to do. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I've been really distracted, especially with this time. Like, I would really appreciate it if you could, like, nudge me a little bit, just like someone who could remind you and hold you accountable. Even your friends, you just call someone and be like, hey, like, I need someone to please help me wake up early. Like, if it's really that bad, like, I know for a lot of people, they're probably thinking, oh, this is like so cringe, it's so weird, like, hey, asking someone to like hold me accountable for the things that I'm not doing. I kind of see them in like training wheels. Like, if in the beginning it's really difficult, this is something that a lot of people have never experienced, so it's like hard for us to, you know, get back on our feet. So if you really have to, you know, push yourself in that way, as in like getting your friends involved, getting your family, that I feel like I don't see that as a bad thing. I feel like you should get that extra push, and then as you gradually get to that, like, you getting used to that, you're gonna see yourself eventually see this as like a, oh, okay, I don't think I need them anymore. I can remind myself now, it doesn't matter. Guys, these are the 4 tips that I basically use in order for me to stay focused. If you like this video, I want you guys to like, subscribe, share, turn on your post notifications, so that on my next video, you guys will see how to graduate faster. That video that I was supposed to post this week, but I changed it up because this was a spontaneous video idea. Also, in my next 2 videos actually, I'm not gonna be on my bed. I'm gonna be sitting down in the usual spot that I'm used to. Those 2 were kind of pre-recorded. But anyways, guys, tell me what you guys think about like me sitting on my bed. Tell me how you guys are coping with quarantine, how you guys are coping mentally, physically. What are some tips that you guys use in order for you guys to stay focused? Like, I want to know down below. You can educate me. You can educate the people that are down there, because guys, we're here to, you know, educate each other. This is not only me just talking. You guys can also talk about like what are some of the tips that you guys have to share and stuff like that. If you have not, whilst you guys are waiting for this next video, I want you guys to go to my previous video where I basically talk about 4 ways as to how you can discover your learning style. Anyways, guys, stay blessed, stay positive, stay home, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye! This is why I don't film on my bed, because I get all comfy and shit.